This is your daily market review for Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market review for Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. Hopefully you've been paying attention to the channel. As we've talked about, things are not smooth. The economy is not great. I mean, even today, the Philly Fed or Richmond Fed information was absolutely abysmal. Not surprised, again, as we've talked about, the market and the economy don't have to always move in tandem. But at some point, it made sense to me and everybody who's following this that, yes, if you were chasing the upside in the market and you did not raise your stops, you did not take any profits, your profits were probably going to get taken from you to some capacity. Now, let's talk about what moving forward. Because again, did we expect an absolute blowout today? No, but I mean, the Bank of Canada is cutting fast. And as I've talked about, and I said this last week, Trump's odds of winning couldn't have gotten any better last week. And I think the market priced that in. And so now going forward, we have to acknowledge the fact that there's potential pitfalls, other people are going to be running, other things going on that potentially could change the dynamics of the election. Again, I still think there's going to be massive chaos between now and then. So the thing is like, what will the Feds do? They're kind of handcuffed right now. I think they don't want to be political. It's going to be tough. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. Always here to help. Let me know what questions you might have. And again, if you're newer to trading, make sure you check out the Discord room. Follow on Twitter. Again, posted a ton of stuff today and yesterday. Tons of them, tons of posts. Here you go. Here was the Richmond Fed. Yep. John Deere's laying off. TL. Again, all these trades. Check it out. Also, too, if you need, hit me up. Let me know how I can help. There might be an opportunity. If you need, hit me up through Calendly link. It's all in the description below. So much information. If you're new to the channel, again, check out the website. This is what the goal is. Turn profits into paper profits into real assets. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. I keep trying to get people to remember such. I'm going to start sending out trades and updates privately as well as through some of the Discord stuff. So let me know how I can help. Again, follow, like, subscribe on the platform you're following on. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And if you hit the like button, sign up for notifications, whatever you do, let me help you. Again, if you want to get involved, again, when the student's ready, the teacher appears. All right, so we know going into the Fed meeting next week, I apologize, I didn't realize this needed a refresh. Eat fresh, refresh. Let me click on all these real quick because they're all going to in the background. We know next week, nothing. Now, again, we will hear rumors. I promise you at some point, if the market continues to act like it is, you're going to hear rumors of a Fed cut. I'm not buying it. The Fed futures aren't buying it. Again, you need to be over 60-something% to be pretty much a lock because, again, the Feds are not, their job is not to confuse the market. They try to always tell people exactly what they're going to do. They don't try to hide it. All right. Sorry, this always changes from oil to, which it should be my favorite crypto. Good old Bitcoiner. Okay, as I've said, nothing is safe. I don't trust Bitcoin. I don't trust gold. I don't trust silver. I don't trust anything other than potentially treasuries. And again, if that's what you want along, when they throw the baby out the bathwater, there's nothing potentially safe. So you have to be careful. Now, I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to crash. I don't know. But I wouldn't be chasing up moves. That's for damn sure. Oil, as we talked about, demand destruction was real. We talked about the rise due to the hurricane and all the supply constraints. But again, there's a real thing is demand destruction. People are asking me, well, why aren't the gasoline prices coming down? If you're new to the oil trading markets, here's a little hint, wink, wink. Especially if you're going to the gas station. They're quick to raise prices and they're slow to lower them. Never forget that. Natural gas, again, people were getting all, I wouldn't say crazy, but they're like, oh man, it's time to play the up. I'm like, yeah, there's probably a dead cat bounce. I mean, we had gone 3 down to 2, right? 33%. You get this dead cat bounce. Again, I'd be watching for somewhere in the 160, 150 range. I mean, that to me is the absolute easiest trade out there because when it gets there, you can just go, give me that. Give me that. All right, so let's get into it. The dollars we talked about, best turd in the toilet, I guess. I mean, all currencies, crap. TLT put out the trade today. Keep an eye on it. Oh, sorry, got an alarm. Watching it. Now, it went a little lower than I'd like. I was watching it on the 10-minute. I put in some orders today because I wasn't around all the day. I was watching this candle. Looks like a capitulation. I like the close and a chop. Even though the market made new lows, chopping around. Now what? I mean, again, define your risk. This is what's so hard. Like, will TLT follow the guy? I don't know. But again, if you are building a position and you're not an all or nothing trader, you took some stabs today. You definitely did. I did another quarter. I mean, I don't really want to see too much lower, but I know if we close at the low of the day, would it surprise me if you open down? That's always possible. And again, define your risk. Again, I was talking about UBT at 19. Well, you got it at the 18. I mean, I get to the 1880s. Not too bad. Just again, this is a trade. If you think that money is going to rotate out of big tech and into safety, which typically they do, that's treasuries. The VIX, as we talked about, said today, if it gets over 17, be careful. People are panicking. And this is ironic because this is not a real panic, y'all. I mean, this could be the start of a massive smash in the market, VIX spike. VIX at 18 is nothing. Nothing. VIVIX, we talked about waking up, showing you that there's something coming. Here you go. Here you go. SPY. I mean, this is what's so hard. I mean, it's the probability game. And I can't tell you. I mean, again, I thought we might get some chop around the 20-day. Boom. Gap down. Slam. Said the 50-day was coming. There you go. Near term, this is where it gets a little tricky, right? We talked about, I think the top is in for the summer. I truly do. I don't think anyone's going to be going big on positioning going into the election. It's just not going to happen. If anything, if the Democrats start look like they're winning and they're going to talk about capital gains increases, why would people not reset their cost basis and just take profits at the highs? Because if they know their capital gains tax are going to double, think about it. You're a smart person. I'm a smart person. I have money. I have assets. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Do I want to take the taxes this year or see what happens next year? Or the 2 year following years? You want to get your reset now, and that's where you would take profit. So be careful. There might be some, again, tide going out flows. QQQ. Yikes, right? We talked about the 50-day open. Ooh, I mean, again, I think the top is in. Now, how fast do we drop? Like, that's ultimately the question you have to be comfortable with. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know for sure anything, and no one does, right? Like, there's nothing for sure. But here's the thing. Going into election, going to all the I don't know, the shit show that is. Sorry, I'm just resetting some of these fibs. Don't be surprised again. Drop, chop, 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 chop. Then some drop maybe later, maybe a pop chop. I mean, again, it's not going to be easy. That's why you got to manage your positions. Said this yesterday with IWM. The call volume was insane. Biggest it ever been. Not surprised. Giving it up. Market makers aren't going to let them walk with capital. Come on now. Come on now. DIA, we talked about this top being in. Look at the volume starting to grow. GLD up all day until what? About, I don't know, right after the open. Gives it all up. Again, I like gold. I like silver. I like miners. I am not going to be holding them through a absolute market potential wipeout. And when I say wipeout, even if it's a 10 to 20% drop, they're going to pull these things back. We'll find support. I'm no rush. Again, GDX, look at up all day, gives it all back, closes at the low of the day. Not bullish potentially. Duh. GDXJ, same kind of thing, right? 20-day, chopping around. Oh, at one point it was up, right? At one point it was up, and then what? Gives it all back. You got to be careful with these names. Again, AEM, now they have earnings tomorrow after the close. Do you want to play with that? I mean, that looks like a little double top. I would be careful. I mean, I had somebody hit me up saying, hey, I'm buying AG. It seems cheap. No. Again, I don't want to go long. I just don't. If the market has potential to pull back, Newmont, again, all these names. Now, again, could they buck the trend potentially? They haven't before if the market actually spiked down. VIX explodes. Liquidation breaks everywhere. None of this shit's going to be safe. I'm sorry. Taiwan Semi said this was like the easiest short of the year at some point. Thought it was here. Then look here. Chop, chop, chop earnings. Be careful. I mean, I'm telling you, if you are long tech, you are playing with fire. Now, again, you can trade around it if you want and hedge positions, but I wouldn't be in the sense of thinking about staying long for the long term. I'm telling you, money is going to rotate out of tech. It's so obvious, but again, you don't see it unless you live the cycles. Micron, we talked about this tight action, gap down, long wick. Some call action came in on it today from some of the homies in the Discord room, Jay Solstice especially, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't touch the 107 gap. AMD, we talked about these fake breakouts, chops. Look at this, broke the 200-day, raggy. Now, here's the hardest thing right now is that you're going to feel like you probably want to chase hard, but the market might be due for a chop Like, again, so let the market come to you. Again, I think people get caught in the emotions and they go, I got to short now. It's like, well, you had opportunity at the highs. Okay, cool. Now what? Just, again, you'll get this down, pop. And again, we might even pop even greater at some point. So don't chase the action. Again, if you shorted, I said this, NVIDIA is the #1 short, in my opinion. And I said this too. If Trump is in charge, do you think he's going to want to sell chips to China? Do you think the Democrats are? I mean, that's the thing. If there's a red wave, and say even though somehow the general election goes into a Democrat, do you think the House and Senate, they're not going to be fighting me? Like, why would we sell our chips to China? Why would we let them sell chips? We subsidize these? No, hell no. SMCI, again, we talked about waiting for the range, coming into earnings, range lows. And again, I mean, if you like this name long term, the more you want it to go down. Intel, people were talking about buying it after this pop up, and it's like, again, when the tide goes out, everything gets pulled. Well, I'd be watching the 30 range again, see what happens. SMH, we said it topped, said these gap downs were dangerous right here. Here you go, a new lower low, but look what happens. Remember, there's going to be volatility. How many days do you have, again, a big red candle where the next day wasn't some chop, right? So please be careful. Do not chase this. Do not chase. Let market bounce. It's the same thing on big red green candles. There's going to be some consolidation. Is this clear? Leave a comment below if you do not understand this. You do not chase. If you're a professional, you do not chase. You let market come to you. Adobe was really hoping to get range high to short. Goodbye. Apple, we talked about the island floating reversal. Highs. Spaghetti-O. Now you break the 20-day. Now the fib to me is official. Move it there. Wouldn't be surprised if, again, this forms some sort of head and shoulders going into earnings, right? We all like shampoo and the 50-day coming. So I'd imagine next day or, I don't know, sometime before next week, you will see a 210 price, 210, 209 worth a watch. Amazon gets a big upgrade yesterday, gives it all back. I mean, there's not much to say. Meta sitting right on the freaking precipice of damage control. If this breaks into the gap, now remember, earnings are not till next week. This could get fugly, y'all. Absolutely fugly. CRM, again, the top is in, chopping around. Again, not much. I mean, that one's easy if you get pops. Google, earnings, gap down. Holding this VAP spot. Here, let me make it very clear. Back testing some trend lines. Again, post earnings, could you get a bounce? Potentially, but here's my biggest fear is that it's just going to be a dead money. Like, I feel like you're just going to get chopped out. Be careful if you're long, and if you're shorting it, you got to take out that 172 area with conviction. Microsoft, again, I hate to be bearish and burst everyone's bubble. It's like, how did you not see this coming? And again, it's like we always talk about timing is the hardest part. That's why you have to get your prices and you have to be patient. Microsoft, 100-day has to hold. We've seen it chop around it first. I mean, I'm not surprised we didn't. NDAQ, again, I said the 63 area is probably the best short possible for this piece of crap. MicroStrategy said, if you don't confirm up, be careful. We did not confirm up. If you were bullish on this, I know it's going into a split. Also, 10 cuidado. I mean, take your profits. 10 cuidado. Be careful. Netflix and chill, Netflix and spill, right? Options or earnings chopping around. Big earning day range. I mean, this is the easiest trade out there. You take out the 100-day, 628 area, it's coming back. First support now, the 200-day, somewhere in this 550. Now, remember, this shit can get fast, y'all. I'm telling you, speed. That's what VIX means. Velocity, higher velocity. Rate of change, increase. Right? Low VIX, small moves. High VIX, big moves. It can be up and down. Don't forget that. If you don't know this stuff, hit me up. Check out the education videos about the VIX. I'm telling you, it's not as simple as they try to pretend to make it could be. Roadblocks, we talked about, you got to be careful. Chopping at the high. Pan W, again, been a broken record for months. I like this stock long term, but I can't chase the action. I'm sorry that they're the baby out of the bathwater. Tesla earnings, not good. Missing. That's why we talked about taking profits up here, hedging in case. Oops, there it is. Not looking good. That's a big damn gap down. Insight. Told you guys, I like this company. I think this is going to get bought out. Up on a day like today. Now, again, what will it do? Coming up, again, wait for pullbacks. Told you. McDonald's, man, this morning looked like it was going to break down, sorry. Rallies back to the 20-day. How funny is that? I mean, again, is this considered a defensive name? Oh, if the market and the economy are slowing, you got to buy McDonald's. to eat, right? I guess so. Again, just watch this level. It matters. This level matters. Da 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 da. DKNG, we said this thing was going to get burned some more probably at some point. Well, here you go. And there it is, taking out the lows. Airbnb Bizzle. Again, it's really tough to trust this company, right? What's going on in the economy? 200-day breaking. Adios, amigos. Costco. We talked about this holding up. Sorry, the laundry stuff is going on in the background. Yeah, I don't know how you want to draw this, but the 50-day, goodbye. If it is goodbye, then, man, you're coming down this 100-day area pretty quickly. 787. Huh. How quickly? I mean, I don't know. As fast as it needs to get there. I guess it's probably, let's be honest, it'll get there when it gets there. Starbucks, we talked about dead cat bounce during OPEX. Look at that. Giving it right back. Pretty bad. Federal Express, again, got whopped a little bit with UPS. 20-day chopping. Again, we like materials long run, but leave them the freak alone. Coming back down in the range again. Some of these have earnings. Some of them already have them, like Nucor. Nucor already had earnings. That is not, again, I'm telling you guys, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. How often do I have to say it? Leave a comment below, baby out with the bathwater. I'm actually interested how many people remember me saying this 1,000 times, because that's what happens when there's liquidation breaks. Margin calls. Institutions have to unload winners and losers. Read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. It makes it very simple. Again, link for that book is in the description. X chopping around. Again, I think they get bought out at some point. VALE, not. I mean, this is a global growth name. It's been acting like crap. I don't know what to tell you. Just let it play out. Let these puke out. Copper, again, I love copper, junior copper. Copper's been absolutely stomped. CCJ, again, we like all of these names. Love all of them long term, but I'm not going to buy them when the VIX is at 17. Going into election, that's going to be an absolute nightmare with the opportunity to see names get sold off because guess what? The market gets clubbed like a baby seal. We talk about these bouncing, coming back. Mosaic, bouncing, coming back. Chopping around. I mean, again, all these names. Like them long term, leave them alone. Now, get comfortable. Get comfortable with spilling. Aaron, here you go. Chopping around. We talked about we love aluminum. Are you going to chase it? Nope. 44 back down to 32. Come on back down into the 25 range. I will scoop you up. Scoop up some ice cream. XLF, as we talked about, like, how is this not going to be a trap? Banks hold all the freaking risk. Volume picks up, blows out. Watch the 20-day. Again, you break the 100-day, goodbye. JP Morgan, again, I have no clue why anyone would buy the stock. If they're not even buying back their own stock, why would you? Stanley, Morgan Stanley, 20-day, better hold. Trying to speed up. Bank of America. We talked about this blow off top trap. There you go, ever since. Goldman Sachs, again, if you have a Marcus account, I mean, they're near 52 all-time highs. I don't have any worries about them going out of business. Buffett will be there with the parachute. Carry. We talked about this getting up into the range highs, watching the gap fills. Now I think you have easy short references. XBI, as we talked about, this was a junior bio kind of breakout, now chopping around. Oh, excuse me, XHB. Warn you guys, like, this is the easiest trade out there. Housing sucks. It's not a trap. Look at this. Look at this. Again, I apologize I didn't post this, but I mean, this is like the easiest. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You see what I'm talking about. Solar. Chopping around, acting okay, right? Chopping around. I guess. I mean, we talked about ENPH's earnings, how they were going to handle. I mean, these names have been absolutely just kicked in the teeth. So, not surprised. Again, squeeze. Yeah, I mean, their earnings were bad. Now it's in a big range. We've talked about this. First Solar. Again, I think these names chop around some of them. I mean, look at that wick. Filled the gap. Holy shit, isn't it? Did fill the gap, didn't it? Okay, well, I'm glad I wasn't watching it. Someone let me know. I can't watch all stocks all the time. HYG, again, I said you got to be crazy out of your mind to buy corporate debt. Oil, bouncing around. Again, slightly oversold near term. UNG, again, I hate this thing. Why would anyone buy this? Short the KLD. Trust me, that will be the easiest trade. Trust me. Watch this 70s. Maybe you get into the 80s. That's what I'm hoping for. High of the 80s for the summer. No. That would be nice. XOP, again, we talked about, like, Trump winning looks good for oil and gas, but again, throw the baby out the bathwater. Choppy levels. You break the 140s, you can say arrivederci. I think it's adios. Adios, amigos. CVE, again, we like this name long term, but don't be surprised when oil and gas starts pulling back that they get thrown out. Valero, we talked about these gasoline names been leading down. Got a decent little bounce today, but again, is it just know your references. Again, I wouldn't chase these names. MPC, right? Chopping around. Exxon Mobilev, right? Chop around. Not much to say about them other than that they could be chopping in these ranges. Again, I don't know if they're going to get absolutely obliterated until the VIX gets a little more scary, because I imagine oil and gas are under-owned. Big choppy range. I mean, there's not much to say. EQT had earnings. Look at this. Pop. Giving it all back. Again, these are big-ass trading ranges. Let them play out. Do not chase these. You're in no rush. Same thing with Flex LNG. Again, someone's asking me about it. Hey, what do you think about just buying it and holding on? I'm like, just trust me. Patience, patience, patience. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you need some education, again, there's tons of, I have 56 educational videos on trading. Check them out. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, I'm telling you, please talk to me. Please reach out, because the reason why I'm telling you, and it sounds like I'm begging, because I don't want you to get stuck. Because again, if you don't have a great plan when you list your house, you're going to get screwed. And if you're looking to buy and you're not working with a great agent who's doing the due diligence to find every property possible, you might not be finding all the great deals. And if you're, again, looking to invest and you don't understand it, holler at your boy. All right, well, have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Peace.